Shoot. Hello, everybody, and welcome to episode 1 of Donkey Kong Country. This is a game that I have a very large history with. I don't know, man. I mean, this has got to be one of the greatest platformers of all time. I used to speedrun this game, actually, at a semi-good level. I got low 50s time, which I was pretty impressed with myself with, but shoot, I always do a thing where I start these too quick, but I started this one. I'm actually playing this on my Super EverDrive China version, which I got for like $20 a number of years ago. I'm no longer trusting real cartridges for my Let's Plays anymore, after last Let's Play with All-Stars and the battery dying on me and stuff. It's actually been a while since I've filmed, since the end of All-Stars for whatever reason. Just haven't worked out the time to, set up a whole new thing and get it working again, but have all my stuff. I got my TriStar 64 back recently, which is a, trying on instinct to not do like all the speedrunning stuff, because I don't want this to be too quick, but got my TriStar 64 back, which is a 3-in-1 like unit thing that attaches to an N64, and you can basically play SNES and NES games on it, or Famicom in my instance, but it's still having major issues that are not related to the capacitors, so I'm not too sure what to do about that. Well, that was weird. But yeah, this game has a number of things. I'm trying to, yeah, I don't think I can make that jump with an extendo. Oh yeah, down here, you can do this, and then the speed run, what you do right here is you just do this, and this actually is one of the only bonus rooms in the entire game where going into it and dying immediately, or I think the only in the entire game that saves time by that, which is pretty cool because it like launches you really far and it gives you a lot of speed. But I don't know what I can show off in this Let's Play without it being too much like I'm doing just a speed run. I haven't done a speed run in so long, but I don't want to go too fast. Anyway, Reptile Rumble. These levels have always been so cool to me. This whole game, just such a beautiful game. I've always had I don't know, I don't think I've ever talked about this, but I always have had a thing. Well, there's a good extended roll, but I've always had a thing where I like associate things with things, and for some reason I've always subconsciously associated this game and like the cover art with Germany. And like rainforest with Germany, but this game I think was the start of it all for some reason. I must have seen like some kind of thing that I don't know, but it's a thing for me. Here we are, Coral Cape. I'm doing the fucking thing again where I start. Oh, here we are, onto Coral Capers. But yeah, this game, I remember the first time I beat it. It was so hard. And I've beaten this game without dying. I've done Cranky's challenge in under an hour, obviously with the speedrun, without dying in under an hour. It's not that hard to do. I'm good at all 3 Donkey Kong Countries, but none of my DKC skills come anywhere close to my level at this game, even if I'm not the highest level. Yeah, I might do all 3. I'm definitely gonna do this game in one session. I might also do Donkey Kong 2 in the same session, because I got a lot of time right now to film and to do fun stuff. And I don't have any shit. Oh, that was cool. Don't have anything to do but film. Here we're gonna get into our first area where we can use a intended like skip to skip most of the level. Come up here, and this launches you right into this. And it's a whole chain of barrels. So here you get an extendo, and you can do it again right there to get under that rhino so you don't collect them. Might as well get this, but there's a really kind of difficult extendo you can do here. I messed it up. Well, it's an easier version. That. And now I'm in the other chain of the barrels, and I can be safely shot to the end. Diddy Kong in this game is way better than Donkey. Donkey's only advantage is I think he jumps a little higher, and there's some spots where I'm going to use that in bosses and stuff, but for the most part I'll basically exclusively be using Diddy. um, which is kind of a weird thing to say, considering just P. Diddy, and you know, they could have never predicted what the true change in meaning of the word Diddy from whenever this game was made, I think 1992 to 2026. But this world, for some reason, I always, like, I remember as a kid. Well, for one, okay, there's two things I have to say about me in this game as a kid. This was one of the few games we had on Wii Virtual Console. It's the only Donkey Kong Country game I feel any nostalgia for. Obviously, you know, I'm not from the era of this game, but I did have it as a kid. I didn't have 2 or 3 on Virtual Console. I've thought about, like, recreating that original Wii menu, because I have it still on Wii U. It's my VWii. But I remember as a kid, in addition to having this on Wii Virtual Console, we're going to do this level legit, but in addition to having it on Wii Virtual Console, I also, like, I just have memories of, like, having a lot of issues, like, distinguishing worlds in this game and stuff. Oh, this feels so different from how the minecart levels feel in Donkey Kong Country 2, which is, I played that most recently. I replaced the save battery for that game and beat it either the night after or the night of, I don't remember, but that game has shit. Well, I don't usually do this level, but I'm not going to be skipping entire levels because it's a Let's Play, you know. It's the same kind of thing with Mario 2, Mario 3, what I did in Mario 3, where, like, there are levels that I could have done much easier and skipped, but if for the sake of completeness, I'm not going to just be willy-nilly skipping levels, you know. Like there's exceptions to that, but big barrels, like, I don't want to be going through barrels to skip entire levels and stuff. Or there's a... Come on, no, man, I just can't do that fucking jump. Fuck, man. Uh-oh. Yeah, but I think that this game's too great not to show off its most difficult points, which to me is, before I ever knew there was a warp in this level, which there was a period, my first playthrough, I didn't know there was a warp in this level. And I was watching a walkthrough, or I can't remember, I mean, I'm assuming it's a video walkthrough. Text walkthrough for a platformer would be kind of annoying, but the guy didn't tell us to use the warp, which was, I feel like, nice. I feel like this is a key moment playing this game, is this level. So if you want the real Donkey Kong Country experience, you can't use the skip. You gotta play through this level, or you didn't really beat Donkey Kong Country. Oh shit. Oh damn. No, I wanted to go down there and get the life, man. I remember that was there. I did it wrong though. I went like under here. So, great. Okay. I thought that was the spot where it was. I'm barely making these jumps. I feel slower as Donkey Kong. It's weird. Well, I missed it. Oh well. I got kinda like stuffy over the past few days, so I might not sound great if you're comparing this to the last All-Stars video, but oh well. I think we're pretty far in shit. I think we're pretty far into the I did charge my headset. That was the reason why I didn't. I was gonna record more that same day actually, but I didn't because my headset died. Which is not a great end to that series, but yay, we did it. Hopefully my headset doesn't have any more issues. I was really I had like just like kind of a, like, I was literally considering re-recording the entirety of Mario 3 because of that, because I'm a huge perfectionist in life, but I decided to keep it in and justified it in my head. Maybe there could be some comedic value to the thing with the headset, but that's also just a little bit of laziness coming through, I won't lie. If you jump at like right the perfect angle, you can do a roll and it'll warp you through to the other side. Here's too risky because there's 2 bees coming here. But you can do it here. Yeah, I did it right there, see? It's a little speedrun trick. There's a lot of just like little things in this game. Whether it be like hitting perfect extended rolls or stuff like that. But yeah, this is a really fun speedrun game. Probably one of the most accessible and just overall very satisfying game if you're looking to speedrun something. I got that China Everdrive. We're not going to skip this level either, which if you just walk back through this door you can skip the whole level. But I got that Famicom Everdrive, and it emits a foul odor. So I don't know what to do about that. And there's this like weird thing near the cartridge connectors that I'm not sure is standard, but I suppose I just won't use it because it was only like 20 something bucks, and it was kind of a trial thing. So lesson learned: don't buy the cheapest stuff on AliExpress. But this thing was even cheaper, the Everdrive I'm using right now. I've never had many issues with this Everdrive, though it's obviously not the highest quality and it can't really play hack games. Though I was looking around the like settings of this Everdrive and I found an update OS version, and I'm wondering if like the OS maybe could give me access to like hack game mappers. Or I don't know if they're called mappers on SNES. I don't think they are, but yeah, that Famicom Everdrive that I got actually boasts very high mapper compatibility for Famicom hacks and unofficial games or third-party games. But yeah, I didn't get a chance to try it out much. I tried Famicom Disk System. I actually played a lot of Famicom Disk System, Zelda 2, which was kind of fun. But yeah, there's another skip in this level too. Well, this is the world of skips. But in my opinion, if you get a well, there's two ways to do it. You can either get a tire here and roll it all the way back there, or you can get a super jump, and that is the quicker way for speedruns, which I did used to do, but do not remember how to do. So I cannot show it off, and I wouldn't show it off even if I knew how to do it, because I'm not doing the skips. I'm really considering doing an Ocarina playthrough. Honestly, I have a thing like... Nah, I mean, I don't think that's true. I was gonna say, like, I can't play games outside of this, because it feels like I'm, like, wasting my time, because I mean, for one, it's fun to record these, and for two, you know, you could be getting something out of it if I was, but... No. If I play something in the living room... I only have this TV in here, basically, to do this. This, I think it's a Sony... No, it's Sony Trinitron. I think the Wega is the one that's, like, technically better. But... or something. There's, like, a version of this TV that's technically better, but this is considered, like, one of... But this is a top retro CRT. You can roll right through these if you do it right. Watch, I'm gonna get these. Get a... That's really hard, because... Alright, there's one of them. It's hard. There we go, we got both of them. I had to do that for my ego, or I wouldn't be able to live with myself. But this boss, Necky's nuts. A lot of the... I think there's another boss in this game that has kind of like a... What is the word for it? Kind of a crude name. But I don't remember the other one. The Necky's Nuts is always a memorable name because it's so obvious. All the bosses in this game are pretty easy. K. Rool and Donkey Kong Country 2 took me forever to do, but I got it on my second try last playthrough through. So when I eventually, maybe either my next LP or further down the line, do that game, it will not be so hard, thankfully. But yeah, I think I'm gonna end off this video here. I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.